So as you guys know, I've reviewed just about every jsox dock that's come out, except for the M.2, which apparently is on the way, and some other docks. And this has been my go-to, like the one I recommend to people, hands down. So you also know I did a review of this dock. Now, if you look at them, they're pretty much identical, right? Difference is this one has branding. This is the jsox. This one does not. But look at the footprint, right? Near identical. So I reviewed this one. And one of the things that I said in my review was this really seemed like they took this and they repurposed it and retrofitted it and removed all the, the labeling. I said that in a joking manner, but, considering how when you go on Amazon, there's a lot of docks and products out there that all pretty much look the same, right? Because it's coming from the same manufacturer and people are just slapping their names on it. Now, I never accused or stated that jsox was doing anything like that because, well, their design, they were the first ones that come out with that design, right? And until this, nobody else is making Steam Deck docks the way jsox was. So the name of the company that sent me this, which is interesting because the way that they approached me was via DM. And what's funny is a DM via Instagram. So Funalot, or JSU, or whatever they want to go by. I'm just going to say Funalot going forward. They DM'd me and asked me if I wanted to review a dock. I always want to review products, especially when it comes to the Steam Deck, because that's my niche. That's the corner that I'm in when it comes to making content. And I say that because I make video game reviews and a lot of y'all don't watch them. But if I make Steam Deck, you watch them. Besides, it's a win-win. I like the Steam Deck. So they approached me about reviewing a product. And at first, because I looked at the page, it didn't have any real information. I was like, oh, what's going on? But, they sent me the product. I did the review. I liked it. But over time, which is several days, there were some statements that came out. And I'm going to hop over here and show you guys. These are the statements that were made. This is a whole thing that was made by jsox. So they said that in the past few months, we were dedicated to develop and test a new RGB Steam Deck dock, long awaited by our fans. And we are almost to release it. Unfortunately, someone leaked and copied our dock development scheme. All right. So this is going to be additionals, right? So it says, now we've terminated the cooperation with that factory on this project and abandoned the mold. But we won't give up designing a new RGB dock. We will start with a completely new look. As a result, there will be a few months display or delayed before we release a new one. So friends, I hope you encounter, if you encounter a product that looks exactly like our RGB dock in the future, I hope you could know that it's our design, but someone stole it. So the company, Funalot, they were going to send me a dock that said that has RGB functionality. Now, I didn't think anything of, I think I saw this initially, this tweet from jsox, and I didn't think anything of it. But then when I saw this, I remembered the conversation I had with Funalot on Instagram. And one of the things that they said is they got future docks in the works. They got RGBs docks. They got ones with M.2 slots, and they wanted to send them to me for review. And I was like, hey, cool. And then when I saw this, I was like, wait, someone stole their design. And so, you know, I'm not going to confirm nor deny if either side said anything in this whole ordeal. But what I will say is allegedly their designs were stolen, right? So we're going to click on here and go to their blog. So basically, they talk about and they showcase what they were doing. Now, if we zoom in, all right, so this is jsox's dock, the RGB and everything. And you look at that, right? This right here, this is what I was going to be sent. So this is jsox, and this is the one from Funalot. Now, keep in mind, this is neither here nor there, but like when companies think about Steam Deck creators, you see the usual suspects, right? I'm also one. I've been making Steam Deck content since it was announced, but I guess people don't consider me a Steam Deck content creator when I am. But anyways, like I said, it's neither here nor there. But anyway, so this is the one, and this is what set it off. So they made this tweet, and after this tweet was made, Steam Deck HQ, from what I understand, they made an article about this whole thing, and I know that they reached out to Funalot. I was told some things from Funalot that doesn't add up with what I've seen Steam Deck HQ tweet out and what I've seen other Steam Deck outlets team. And here's the thing. Yes, I'm a journalist, but in the sense of reporting on the news like this, I don't have the time for it, right? I don't have all day to sit here and make articles and tweet out, and I'm not knocking people that do. I don't have that time. I have time to review these products, which is what I do. That is a form of journalism. Review games, review tech. That is my journalism. I'm not reporting all this stuff, so I don't have the time for this. But anyways, so jsox says after we were informed, which from what I understand, Steam Deck HQ is who informed them, and then it kind of trickled down, and other Steam Deck folks in this lot reached out to them. Says after we were informed, we began to investigate immediately. Apparently, our competitor was too guilty to delete the tweet. Of course, we've recently gotten a lot of attention from many people, including some with evil intentions, because our latest products are favored by many friends, which is true. When you think of Steam Deck Docks, you think it's jsox. So at this point, anyone else making a Steam Deck Dock, you should have made it or announced one when jsox was initially doing it. So yeah, that's a very true statement. So, but we didn't expect them to steal our plant from the factory. This product was completely developed by our team, jsox, and we put a lot of work into it. It is difficult for us to accept that the factory leaked our development program to another company. The rival company managed to sell this product in their logo, but using our product solution. What they mean to say is sell that product, but put their logo on it. It is an outrage given how many efforts of our R&D personnel costs and how long our fans are waiting. Here's some milestone screenshots of evidence and patent applications and our development process. On July 19th, our product designer started the program to design the RGB dock, which is the HBO 605. Here are the design drawings and file property information. You can see that the file was created on July 19th, 2022. So this is their patent, right? And look, here's the thing. Here's the thing y'all need to understand. jsox is coming with the receipts. If you got the receipts, I'm looking around to see if I got receipts. But anyways, if you got receipts, that's the Steam Deck cloth. But if you got the receipts, that's kind of hard to refute. I don't know how you can refute the receipts. Anyways, it says on July 27th, our product designers begin to work on 3D structural design of the RGB dock. Here are the structural design drawings and the file properties. You can see that the file was created on July 27, 2022. Okay, so that's their thing. Which is, trying to see, where did I put the other dock? Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. So it's very similar. And keep in mind, nobody else is using the same style that jsox is until Funalot, right? Since on August 9th, our patent engineers applied to the State Intellectual Property Office of China for a design patent of the RGB dock HPL 605. We received the acknowledgement notice of acceptance from the State Intellectual Property Office on August 9th. Again, they got the receipts. You got the receipts. Know what I'm saying? You got the receipts. That shit is not refutable. Anyways, from September 30th to October 8th, our marketing team sent some RGB docks to some Steam Deck media and influencers for testing. I'm one of them. Got lost because I moved. Now it's on its way back to me. We were hoping to get some suggestions on our product for professional gamers. We did get a lot of good ideas. About this leaking matter, we really feel disappointed and regretful. Now we've terminated the cooperation with that factory on this project and abandoned the mold. But we won't give up designing a new RGB dock. We will start with a completely new look with different lighting effects. As a result, there will be a few months delayed before we release a new one. So friends, if you encounter a product that looks exactly like our RGB dock in the future, I hope you could know that it's our design, but someone stole it. In addition, there are many Amazon vendors that sell inferior replicas of our carrying case or Steam Deck, the BG0102. So we hope you all to be cautious before placing the order. And this goes back to what I did a video before about being careful about which docks you buy, because there's so many on Amazon that are carbon copy. And like I said, it's probably the same manufacturer, everyone throwing their name on it. And so this is also the case with companies that have ripped off their carrying case. So they've been hit twice with this bullshit. I'm just going to call it that. It's bullshit. And it's unfortunate jsox has dealt with this. So then we promise we will take stricter confidentiality and punishment measures for our factory and supply chain in the future. We won't let this happen again. Finally, we have a word from our rival companies that sincerity is always the best way to build. Okay, they have a word for their rival companies. I'm sorry, I'm tired of reading this. That sincerity is always the best way to build your brand, gain users, and reputation. Again, we sincerely apologize to those who have been waiting for our RGB dock, jsox. Okay, so that's them. This is jsox, right? All right, so I've had a lot of conversations since this whole mess happened. I've heard Funalot's side of the story. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know if there's any legal litigation going on right now, and I don't want to be part of it. But I'm gonna say this: I took the video down that I did for the review of Funalot's dock because it from everything that's popping up, it's too coincidental. And to look into this further, seeing that jsox, like I said, I've spoken to jsox, I see this article right here, I see the patents, I see the filings, the legal filings and everything like that. I see what it was. They got the receipts, and having the receipts makes this literally irrefutable. And in like contrast, I've got verbal dialogue from Funalot about this whole thing, right? I was also contacted by a legal party. So that's another thing. So I took my video down because I don't want anything to do with any of this drama. Now, if there's going to be legality, I don't want anything to do with that either. My name is Bennett. I ain't nowhere the fuck up in it. I just review products. I review tech. I like the Steam Deck. I like reviewing Steam Deck accessories and games and such. This, whatever is going on here, is going to get settled one way or another. But I'm not going to be involved. If you purchased that dock, it works fine. But I would personally say return it and get a jsox one. I'm not saying that because, look, I'm not paid or partnered with jsox. But I don't like when people and companies are done wrong, right? They were clearly done wrong. And there's no way to say that this design wasn't stolen, right? Because nobody was making this particular dock and that dock, period. You had the Ivolar style for the longest. So anyways, yeah, I took it down. My integrity also too. I made a post and I talked about how I didn't feel right. The whole thing felt off to begin with. But, I'm down because you got to understand, as a content creator, you get opportunities left and right to cover different tech. Companies will email you, they'll DM you, especially if you are a content creator in America. You're going to have innumerable Chinese companies reach out to you, right? And a lot of them will have carbon copy knockoffs of something you can buy. There's a company that reached out to me to review a Switch controller that looks exactly like the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 limited edition controller. Same thing. It's just got inferior internals. And that's one of the things, like, dealing with a lot of these Chinese companies that make and manufacture products. A lot of them rip off of each other. But yeah, I get a lot of emails every day. Hey, would you like to review our product? Would you do this? You do that? And, like I said, Funalot approached me. And when I got it, I was working on a review. They're constantly DMing me, asking me the status of the review. And that's something, and this is probably going to be a little bit of a rant. I'm not afraid to rant about this, but my dealings with a lot of these Chinese companies has been, they want to dictate and micromanage how you do your review. But these motherfuckers don't want to pay you. They don't want to sponsor your video. But they want to tell you how long they want your video to be, your talking points, and all this other bullshit. Look, if you're not going to sponsor my video, and let's get this clear, people who think, oh, you're paid. I get paid if the video is sponsored, which means there's a 15 to 30 second to 60-second, sometimes 2-minute commercials. Go look at Wolf Den and all these other big YouTubers. They do sponsor section. I mean, hell, they got ones that do sponsored by Ugreen, sponsored by whoever, sponsored by whatever. It's an ad. They're paying for an ad because you have traction and eyeballs on your video. They want to sell their product. They pay you a fee, 150, however much, right? The different creators have different pricing. So that is something how you get paid. None of these companies have offered me any of that. But they want to tell me what to do because they want a advertisement. They don't want a review. They want an advertisement. And this micromanaging, this bullshit micromanaging that these people do is annoying. If you're not going to pay to promote a product with a sponsored ad, then if you're going to send me the product, I'm just going to review it as it is, good, bad, or indifferent. I got one that wants to send me, another company that wants to send me some Joy-Cons, and they want me to do a 15 to 30 minute commercial, or 15 to 30 minute video. Yeah, it's a fucking commercial. 15 to 30 minute video about this Joy-Con. That who the fuck cares about Joy-Cons right now? Almost 6 years into the Switch's life. Anyways, sorry. This is me uncouth because I'm tired and I'm annoyed and I'm dragged into this Funalot jsox situation and it pisses me off. Y'all seen that thing with fuck around and find out? I didn't fuck around and I still found out. That's how bullshit this whole thing is. Anyways, I'm a straight shooter. If I get a product, if a company wants to work with me, like I work with so many companies, Rocket, Logitech, Aver Media. I'm partnered with Aver Media, freaking Turtle Beach, TC Helicon, aka GoXLR. I've done stuff with Elgato. I've done stuff with Samsung and MSI and all these other companies, right? Acer, all these companies. And they don't do business the way a lot of these Chinese manufacturing companies do. The way they do business is FCC regulated. The legal way. We talk and sign a contract. They seed me a product. I provide a review, good, bad, or indifferent. If another company wants to sponsor a video for a segment dedicated to talking about their product or their service, that's how it goes. But it's not one of those, we're going to send you this and we want to tell you what to say. Get a fucking VTuber to do that. Program some AI to do that. Don't waste my time. You know how long it takes to make these videos? And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a straight shoot this. I'm a straight shoot and talk 100% about this whole thing, how I feel. I do this as a full-time living. This right here, making content, doing the podcast, reviewing products, reviewing video games, going to conventions, speaking at school. This is what I do for a living. On top of being a full-time stay-at-home dad with chasing the toddler around, having, being there with my kids. I have so little time. I probably get 30 minutes to an hour to my fucking self. And you want me to bend over backwards and do this video the way you want to hand me a script and tell me what to do? And then you don't even want to sponsor a video because you'll say, we don't have, like, this one bullshit ass company that wants me to review their product tells me they won't sponsor the video. But then I go and I look at Bob Wolf of Wolfden and they sponsor his video. So you think because I'm a smaller channel than his that you can finesse and get over on me and fucking manipulate me to get some free, and the only thing you're spending is shipping? Fuck you. These companies that want to try and use me and other creators that they think are small or gullible because, well, we're going to send you something, so you should just be just sucking us off. Fuck you guys. We don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. That's how I feel. This whole situation here, didn't want to be in it. Not happy at all to be in it. Not happy to have wasted a fucking week of doing testing, getting B-roll footage, all this other stuff, being hounded, bombarded in DMs by fucking Funalot, and just him to put this whole thing together because I was satisfied with my review, only to find out the design was stolen. I don't want nothing to do with it. I value my integrity, and I ain't gonna sell nobody a can of shit, and I ain't gonna take none either. So, anyways, we will get back to regular scheduled program. My rant's over. I've said how I feel. I don't want nothing to do with this situation. Going forward, I will be better. And almost to an extent, I probably won't ever work with another company from China that's making one of these knockoff products or these cheaper alternative products. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have time for it. I don't want to be caught up in anything. There's enough bullshit on with creators as it is. And I don't want anything to do with it. I mean, hell, I already got other Steam Deck creators pissed off at me because I unfollowed them and didn't even know I unfollowed them. I don't run in any clicks when it comes to this YouTube thing. I don't run in any clicks when it comes to the creator thing. I don't really, truthfully, pardon my French, I don't fuck with nobody because a lot of people have agendas, almost especially when it comes to content creating. Everybody's got agendas. And I'm just trying to do something I enjoy, put food on the table for my wife and children, and be happy, be content. All this other stuff is that's bullshit for the birds. But anyways, that's it. That's all I got to say about this whole situation. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. If you bought the product, return it, get your money back, get jsox, or get the official dock, or get Ivalar. I'm not supporting bullshit. I don't appreciate being caught up in bullshit. I didn't fuck around, and I still found out. I'm not happy. This is probably the first and last time you will see me ever doing a video this angry about this, because I do not like my integrity and my word being put in jeopardy over some bullshit like this. That's the bottom line. I'll see y'all on the next one.